I'm Liz Klayman with today's Klayman Confidential. Chuck Rocha is a Bernie Sanders campaign advisor who certainly bleeds all Bernie because you guys had a great win in Wisconsin. But now to the big question. It looks like Ted Cruz isn't going to simply let Donald Trump trample all over him. And now the question becomes, who would Bernie Sanders, Team Bernie, rather face off against in a general election? Ted Cruz or Donald Trump?
I personally would love a shot at Donald Trump, but I don't think there's really much difference between the two on their policies. A lot of people don't even know where Donald Trump stands, but on the rhetoric that they're spreading out there, I think I would rather run against Donald Trump, even though he does talk about trade, somewhat in the same way that Bernie does on trying to bring as many of those industrial jobs back to the heartland, which I think is a core part of their argument.
Well, Chuck, then how would he differentiate himself?
I think on economic inequality. I think on talking about corporations and billionaires and millionaires like Donald Trump is, and talk about how much more advantages than they have over regular working folks.
Well, Donald Trump, though, was speaking out against big mega mergers as well. That sounds like something that Bernie Sanders would do. Perhaps it's the free college issue for all. I'm not exactly sure, but could be prepared for something like that.
Absolutely. And I think that there's polls that are out there right now that show Bernie Sanders beating Donald Trump pretty handily. I think that there's one thing that both candidates have done, and that's like tapped into the frustration that we see out there. They just talk about policy at a different level. You want to know where Bernie Sanders stands? You can go to any of his rallies because he stays on message about the economic inequality and opportunities for all working Americans.
Well, he won on honesty. And again, this is decades of holding firm to his positions. Chuck, great to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz.
Chuck Rocha. By the way, watch my full interview with Chuck on lizklayman.com and watch Countdown to the Closing Bell every weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Fox Business Network.